Guys, we're going to go through Google right now. It's on my watch list, getting close to my price. But more importantly, guys, spoiler alert, I think there may be a justification for today's price. So we're going to go through our process to show you what we think about Google and how it applies right here. Mo, what do you got on Google, bro?
Well, this is one of the companies, this is one of the staples that I want to own.
Oh, of course.
I cannot wait to own this thing. It just needs to come down in price a little bit.
Yeah, so they absolutely dominate the advertising business. They dominate search. The top two search engines in the world, guy, are Google and YouTube. YouTube, its own search engine, is number 2.
Yeah.
They do a great, it's great. We've done a lot for this channel on YouTube. And the thing we love, the more we learn about YouTube and how they write their algorithms and how they do their process, they're really focused on the user. Back in the day, Mo, when I did AdWords with Google, when we do ads, I love how Google would literally, guys, you could have 3 companies with the top 3 spots. The first company could be priced lower per click than the third company. You would think they charge more, but Google's goal is, listen, if you're pro user, if you're pro consumer, we're going to give you a discount. That's how big they are in the user experience. Mm-hmm. And a company like that, able to focus on the user experience and then drive revenue and profit, that's the kind of company you want to be around. Yeah. I mean, Mo, look at this. So you have a $1.75 trillion market cap. You got net revenue of $300 billion, net income of 66, 5-year net income 55. Free cash flow last year, $78 billion.
If you're teaching a class on financial statements, this is your example of what you should do if you're a company.
$1.74 trillion market cap. Speaking of financial statements, Mo,
that's exactly
enterprise value is exactly the same. What this means, guys, is they essentially have no debt in the company when you factor in their cash on hand.
That's amazing.
They can essentially pay everything off with their cash on hand. Everything. It's like you at home in your personal checking account having enough cash to pay off your mortgage, your car payments, your student loans, your credit card, everything with a stroke of a check. It's hard for a company to go out of business when they're doing that. Yeah. And good margins, 56% gross margin, bottom line margin in the low 20s.
And consistent.
Yeah, very consistent. Yeah. Very, very consistent. Now remember, when Google was at $85 a share earlier this year, Google's dead. They're terrible.
They're never going below 100.
The culture is bad. When we did videos 2 years ago, when Google was at 150 plus and we said, we're interested below 100, go look at the comments. You guys, it'll never go below 100. You guys are idiots. Oh, that's weird. $85 on January 6th, 2023. The only thing I'm an idiot about is, guess what my strike price was? $85. And look where it's at. $85.57. I never hit my strike price. I never got notified. Okay, I still think it's going to hit there at some point, or the fundamentals get a lot better.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here to show you.
And remember, it's one of the Magnificent Seven, so
when
it can fall.
Yes, it can fall, because all it takes is just a little momentum shift. Yep. Let's look at the 8 pillars here. Our favorite. Guys, remember, if you have our software, you can customize your 8 pillars, but look at this, Mo. 5-year price of free cash flow of 32.4, 5-year PE of 31.8. Those are the only X's. Guys, we love these because it says, this company is good, so just be patient.
That was cute.
You like that? Yeah. I got totally lucky that was 8 words. I literally was like, okay, when's this going to end? So, guys, it's all about being patient. You have tons of companies to choose from, 10,000. Go find 40 or 50 companies you like, put them on your watch list in the software, and it'll notify you when it hits the price. You can be patient, waiting for stocks to fall the prices you need to fall them. You need them to fall to.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Just sit there.
You got to figure out a way to be there and be present and say, I'm okay if I don't buy a company. Now, did I take that to an extreme years ago? Absolutely. But now, the last 2 years, last year and a half, I now own 15 companies that I keep. And just this weekend, we were at Mo's house watching Ohio State Michigan game. And we were talking about the companies I own. And literally, a few of them have skyrocketed in price. I'm like, son of a gun. And one of the guys who was there, who works in a money management company, goes, why do you hate that? I'm like, well, because I want to own more shares of the company. He's like, yeah, but you've made 30%. Yeah, I'd rather have it fall 30% so I can buy more shares. Every company I own, I literally every night go, dear Lord, I know you love me. And I know there's other people suffering way more than me, but please have stocks fall so I can buy more companies. That's the mentality I want you to have. Imagine having that mentality. Imagine the freedom of encouraging stocks to fall. We want Google to fall. And if Google falls to $85 tomorrow and I buy some, guess what? I want it to go to 70. I want it to go to 60. because the fundamentals probably aren't going to change. And that's big.
Yeah.
Mo, you got any other news on the Googly Moogly?
Let's see here. So nothing really to note from their income statement. Balance sheet. There was a large change in accrued expenses and other current liabilities from 37 to 55 billion, due in part to a $9.14 billion fine from European Commission. So these are the types of things, and this is why it's in here. These types of things, to me, you're always going to have it with these types of companies. Don't get spooked by them, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, accrued expenses going up. I'm more concerned about is AR, accounts receivable, going up when they're reporting more. I mean, those are the kind of tactics you want to avoid seeing.
Yeah.
But Mo, look at the analyst estimates for EPS. They're expecting $5.83 a share this year, growing to $10.55 in the next 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah. What about revenue?
What about revenue? Oh my God.
$313 billion this year, going to $465. Guys, this is a high margin business that doesn't take more and more people to run it. And the world's still growing. The search of the world's still growing. There's a lot of stuff happening here.
Probably takes less people to run it at this point.
Yeah, you're right. Probably does. High return on invested capital.
And growing.
Yeah. They're buying back shares, which,
They've been
whatever.
doing that since 2018.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, Mo.
Yeah. Yeah, especially with where valuations got in 2020,
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah, so guys, we want to make sure they're buying back cheap shares. You don't want a company buying back expensive shares. Now, with that said, the stock keeps going high. I mean,
What else are you going to do with your cash?
well, yeah.
I mean, I guess I could pay a dividend.
I mean, I'd rather have them pay a dividend as much as I'd rather have them pay a dividend than buying expensive shares. But the second the stock falls, stop that dividend and start buying back shares. We were talking about that with T. Rowe Price today. I was just like, listen, they got to stop. Somebody asked me in the community. Somebody messaged me and said, Paul, I know you have T. Rowe. What do you think? I go, listen, the only thing because they said stable dividend. I go, I actually hate that dividend. I think the stock should be bought back off of major highs, as well as I think in a reasonable range of good valuation. Go start buying your shares back. And as they fall, go buy more shares.
Yeah.
That's the biggest way that a company with a lot of cash that's in a tough market can sit there and give more return to their investors. What it does is it gives you as an investor more ownership of the company when they buy back other shares.
Right.
And it rewards you as an investor. All right. So let's check out Stock Analyzer tool, because this is what everybody wants to see.
Yep.
What's the price for the company that makes sense? And I did it on November 15th.
Okay.
Okay.
Around there.
I did a 10-year analysis. And of course, what's our low, middle, and high revenue growth numbers? I did 5, 8, and 11.
All right. I did 6, 9, and 12.
Okay. Profit margin, I did 22, 24, 26.
I put 20, 23, and 26.
Okay, I don't
20
think...
is probably low, especially with as consistent as it is.
Yeah, but Mo, I don't blame you.
Let's say worst case scenario.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you for 20, 23, and 26. In fact, I wouldn't blame you said 20, 24, and 28, because with a good gross margin they have, they can drive a lot more profit to that bottom line.
Good point.
Free cash flow, I did the exact same thing.
So did I.
Just because of the last 10 years and the last 5 years,
Right.
it's been basically exactly the same. Now, PE. What PE and price of free cash flow do you want to attach to this company at the end of 10 years? I sat there and said 17, 20, and 23 because I do believe it's a high moat business that as they grow will become even more of a moat.
I said the same thing.
You did the exact same thing.
Yep.
Now, return. Guys, on my low side, I did a more reasonable return. I did 9, 11, and 13%. So 9% return desired on my low end, 11 in the middle, 13 on the high side.
I did 10, 12, and 14.
Yeah. So,
All right.
okay, we hit the analyze button.
Let's see.
And this is why it's on my watch list at 120 now. I got a low price of 100, high price of 167, middle price of 130. And guys, that's why you have to keep using the Stock Analyzer tool to change your assumptions as time goes on. And if you like the Stock Analyzer tool, you like our community, everythingmoney.com, check it out. Free 7-day trial of all of this. You get all access to all the tools for free 7 days. Mo, what prices did you get?
90 on the low, 167 on the high, about 125 in the middle.
So would you agree with this 120 strike price?
Yeah, I have the same one.
So guys, as time went on, the business got fundamentally better. We increased our price. That's being an astute investor. Join you with that. Everythingmoney.com, 7 days free trial. Take care.